Hey everyone, Reese Cooper here, and in today's video I'm going to explain why so many clinic owners think that they have a marketing problem but couldn't be further from the truth. Let's dive in. So as I said, so many clinic owners, believe that they have a marketing problem, and marketing generally most of the time isn't actually the problem. What they do have a problem with is bridging and connection between new patients and evaluations. So most clinic owners and clinics doing between about $15,000 and $30,000 are in this bucket right now, where they have strong clinical outcomes, so they're doing really good patient care and patient work. They have returning clients. They have loyalty from their current clients. They have a good amount of word of mouth referrals, and they have community reputation. So they're known in their community, they're loved by their community, and they're doing super well in terms of their community. And so all the clinics then, if you rephrase that, clinics nowadays between both 15 and 30K per month are built on reputation, relationships, past patients, and local trust. And they built themselves on this island of all of those things combined. And so what ends up happening is the people that they're looking for, the new patients that they're looking for, are on the island of consuming content, comparing providers, they're unsure who to trust, and they're searching online because they have an injury or ailment that they need help through PT. What ends up happening and being the main cause and the main problem for, clinics not getting the eval numbers that they want and actually growing is because they do not have the bridge between the two islands. It's a completely different island that those new patients exist on. And clinics don't lack marketing effort or strategies, they just lack the connection bridge. So clinic owners are, their task lists look like this nowadays. Each of these lines is a new task that they're doing. And so they have pretty much too much to deal with. They're trying 5 different things on the marketing front because nothing is really working to the best of its ability. They're not sure why. They're doing everything at almost half, like 50%, because they're doing so much, so they're burnt out, and they're just really feeling the pain. They don't have the security of what next month looks like. They don't have the certainty. They're doing what's called reactive marketing. And more so than that, because they're built on an island of, as we discussed earlier, because they're built on this island where they have, local trust and they have so many relationships and they've got the returning clients and loyalty, their schedule generally looks like this, where they're seeing a lot of bookings and a lot of appointments, and they assume that their clinic is growing. And so generally the life cycle of, these clinics it looks like this. You start off with strong referral period, which leads to obviously a full schedule. And then once referrals slow down, and referrals can slow down for a number of reasons. Either, it's a seasonal thing, it's a holiday thing, it's for no reason. Once they slow down, it leads to an evaluation gap, right? And what that evaluation gap actually creates is revenue anxiety. What does next month look like? It creates uncertainty. And so many of these clinic owners are operating from a place of uncertainty nowadays. And that shows in their marketing. Because, as we said earlier, it causes reactive marketing, which is spontaneous posts, spontaneous workshops, trying to do everything, scrambling, and trying to do 10 different channels of marketing and 10 different strategies, and only getting 1 patient and 1 client from each strategy. That's nowhere near enough leverage that you need to grow a successful clinic. And so obviously the real reason is because they have strategies and they try different things, but they don't have a marketing bridge in place. They don't have a proper connection and a proper patient acquisition system that is fully designed to take someone from a complete stranger to a booked-in appointment. BA, let's call it BA, a booked appointment. And once you have found this kind of pathway that leads that person to a booked appointment, you need to do so much more work on the stranger and getting more people. Because if you put 100 people through that same exact system, chances are you're going to get about 80 bookings. How do I know that? Well, simply it's just the numbers and the proof of the systems that we've built for clinics who are in positions just like yours, and the results that they've seen after that are beyond incredible. Yes, that was a shameless pitch for Cape Point Consulting. And so if we put this into an equation for simple understanding, right? You have patients, which are all current patients that are with the clinic, and you times that by referrals. And so, for example, if you have 10 current patients and you times that by 1 referral each, you get 10 referrals, which is what clinic owners are getting right now because they have such good patient care, they have such good trust, and people actually like working with them. And so they go, oh, okay, cool, so we must optimize for that. And they assume that referrals are the way to go, and that just simply could not be further from what it actually takes to grow a successful clinic. And so what you actually need is a proper patient acquisition system that is structured in that bridge, which connects you, your clinic, to new patients and people who don't know that you guys exist, and consistently turns strangers into booked in evals month over month, year over year, and that just makes your clinic more valuable as an entire business and asset. Plus, it allows you to make the impact on the world that you want. This bridge is built on 3 layers, right? It's built on an attraction layer, a nurture layer, and a conversion layer. You might remember this from the 3 main components of a patient acquisition system, right? And I described it on my real whiteboard. This we're doing on a tablet, so we're upgrading. It's now modern. What attraction really is building attention. It's about how much attention can you actually get and muster up from different channels in order to turn people into evals. So we're focusing on attention right now, and what most clinic owners are doing right now is social media, ads, and these X's don't mean they're wrong, I'm just ticking them off, workshops and referrals. And so the main thing that so many clinic owners know how to do consistently well is both workshops and doctor referrals, because they've been there, it's in and around their area, it's super close, just outside of their circle of comfort, but very close and very easy to do. Where that leaves clinic owners is at a lower battery percentage in order to perform good social media posts and good ads, for example. But there's also a ton more of different things, which is what these lines here represent. There is just a ton that you could be doing that is essentially what leads clinic owners to burnout, right? Is they're doing 5 to 10 different marketing strategies and marketing little things on the side that actually lead them to more burnout than anything else. The main thing that we use when building these systems for our clients and for actually getting them to kind of check out of the attraction phase and getting that up and running to its full potential is Facebook ads, right? And so why Facebook ads and why ads in general? Well, it's pretty simple. If there's a attraction strategy where you can put $1 in and get $5 out, then why would you not do that, right? If you can control everything and make sure the ads are good enough, the copy's good enough, the headlines, the creatives, everything, which we consistently do for our clients, which is why it's a machine that we've built where we're able to put $1 in and get $5 back. And so once you understand that, you're then able to put $1,000 in and get $5,000 back, or $10,000 in and $50,000 back, or 100 and 500, right? 100,000 and 500,000, $500,000. The reason that so many clinic owners are unable to do ads, a lot of clinic owners and clinics try ads one time, they do everything wrong, they just put the ads, they just do the ads. This is where it gets really tricky and where we continue to speak about the other two, the backup systems and the back-end systems, which are the other 2 layers of the marketing bridge. But anyway, back to what we're talking about. The clinic owners try ads once without the back-end systems. They don't get the results they want, and they decide that ads do not work for their practice. And so what they're really missing is, as I said, systems, okay? And those systems are both the nurture and the conversion systems. And so what does the nurture system actually look like? Well, its main goal is to get a booked appointment, and you do that through building some kind of a system in terms of emails. And so let me just show you. So the first one is going to be emails, and then the next one is going to be text messages, and the third one is going to be calling. And so it's all about having scripts for these, it's all about having the systems built to automate these and take them completely off your hands so that you can actually breathe and have a life. And essentially what that gets people to do is to book in the eval. That's the first part of the nurture system. The next goal of the eval, or the nurture system, sorry, is to get people to actually show up, right? And that again is then another kind of group of systems where you have, again, calls, texts, emails. These are just the main ones that we use. You can do Facebook messages, you can do everything. But essentially it looks like another system where they actually get the person to show up. And so it's this path that you lead the person along once they've booked in, and they show up consistently. And once you've found the exact system that works for each of these, you just put as many people through that system, keep drilling it, and it works every single time. So let's dive into the conversion system and what it actually entails, right? And so first off, it entails different scripts, right? And so these are scripts for calling them and confirming their appointment just before they come in, right? It contains scripts for the eval and how you use the scripts, and the questions that you ask and what kind of path you go down. And so once you have those in place, obviously you also have the eval form. This is a great way to fast track and allow your PTs, and even yourself if you the PT clinic owner still practice, it allows you to actually dive in deep with the person and do more treatment, and more treatment within the first session, which you're able to then charge more for, because you're able to do more hands-on. You understand the person before they even come in, which tells you what questions you should ask, where the pain is, how to dig deeper, and how to actually sell them. And when I say sell, I don't mean car salesman sell a Ferrari to someone who definitely can't afford a Ferrari, or can't even afford rent. That's what sleazy car salesmen do. This is digging for pain so that you know exactly what you're treating in that person's life. You're not just treating back pain, you're treating the fact that they're able to play with their kids, or have fun with their partner, right? And like go play sport and be a part of the community and do these fun, active lifestyle things, right? So when I say ask more questions and ask better questions and ask the right questions, you'll have all the info that you need from the eval form to then go, okay, cool. So what does fixing this back pain actually mean to you? And then you dive deeper. Oh, well, it means that I'll be able to play with my kids, And how long have you been like this, unable to play with your kids? Oh, well, for about 2 years now. That's a lot of pain, and that's exactly what you're solving for the person. And then here's just my little representation of that. Obviously you on the right here asking someone who's unhappy with the little script in hand. And so with these three things in place, you have a structured bridge that has walls on it, and I don't know how to draw a wall, but it has walls on it. It's firmly planted on both islands, and it's something that so many of your new patients and new, prospects and leads are going to be crossing it like this. You want it to look like this, where it's just consistent. It's the same bridge. And so you keep iterating, you keep reinforcing by testing new things, by testing new ads, by then testing new nurture systems, and then testing new scripts when asking people questions in the eval. And eventually you get something that's so concrete and so built that it's unbreakable. And so if this sounds like you, and you're a clinic owner kind of stuck and not sure how to actually grow your practice and build this patient acquisition system and marketing bridge, then go ahead and book in a call down below with either myself or a member of my team, and we can explore this in further detail. And the reason I'm asking this of you is just because, and the reason I'm super confident in that is because the recent result that we got for one of our clients is they signed on 3 weeks ago. Within the first 3 weeks, we were able to generate over $10,000 in potential LTV for that client. And that's a mix between database reactivation as well as Facebook ads working. But we were able to and potential LTV, which is if they signed on everyone that we gave them, they would generate $10,000 over a 3-month period. Just to be super clear on that. But yeah, that's a shameless plug. And also make sure to go ahead and subscribe, book in a call with either myself or one of my teammates down below in the link, and I will catch you guys in the next video.